How to survive our solar system, Mars.
So, you've made it to Mars. Congratulations! You're now officially a Martian, or as we like to call it, potential fertilizer for the red dirt. Mars isn't exactly the friendliest place in the solar system, but hey, it's better than Europa. At least here, the planet tries to kill you slowly. My name's Reese, and I've been scraping by on this red hellhole for 6 years. If you listen carefully, I might just help you do the same.
Reese dusts off his cracked helmet and grins grimly. The welcome party, dust and death.
First impressions matter, right? Well, Mars doesn't care. The first thing you'll notice is the dust. It's everywhere. And it's not your average Earth dust. It's superfine, toxic, and clings to everything. Inhale too much of it, and your lungs will throw in the towel faster than a rookie colonist on their first dust storm.
Reese gestures to a windswept Martian landscape where a crimson storm engulfs a lonely rover.
Martian dust isn't just an inconvenience. It's made of fine particles of oxidized iron, which gives the planet its signature red color, but also means it's abrasive enough to damage machinery over time. NASA's rovers have had their solar panels covered in this stuff, cutting power generation dramatically. That's why we spend hours every week cleaning everything that matters, including your suit's seals. Speaking of storms, let's talk about the wind. Mars' atmosphere is so thin, just 1% of Earth's, that even the most violent storms can barely nudge you. But the dust? That stuff will clog your equipment, scratch your helmet, and turn every sunrise into a post-apocalyptic Instagram filter.
The mission, unlocking the vault.
Before you get too comfortable, rookie, let me break it to you. Survival isn't enough. Every colonist here has a job, and yours just became a big one. A recent quake opened a fissure near Olympus Mons, exposing what might be an ancient ice fault. HQ thinks it's a game changer, a potential water source. They want us to investigate.
Reese's expression hardens.
This mission isn't just high risk, it's downright terrifying. Olympus Mons is the largest volcano in the solar system. It's been dormant for millions of years, we think, but the seismic activity in this region suggests the crust might still be shifting. That fissure could collapse on us at any moment. We'll be taking ground-penetrating radar, thermal sensors, and a drill rig capable of reaching depths of up to 10 meters. The goal is simple: confirm the presence of water ice and map its extent. Simple, right? Except nothing on Mars is ever simple.
Your new best friend, the habitat.
Your habitat is the only thing standing between you and a long, painful death. It's a glorified tin can, sure, but it's home. Keep it pressurized, clean, and don't let anyone who's bad at basic maintenance near it.
Reese flashes a warning glance as a colony dome flickers with malfunctioning lights.
The habitats are modular, prefabricated units shipped from Earth. Each one is designed to handle the extreme temperature swings on Mars from 125 C at night to a balmy 20 C in the afternoon, depending on the season. The insulation is good, but it's the life support systems that really matter. We've got chemical scrubbers to remove CO2 from the air and advanced filtration to keep dust out. A single breach in the outer hull, though, you'll have seconds to react before decompression. Triple check your seals and monitor pressure levels constantly. Mars doesn't forgive mistakes.
The thin air problem.
Mars atmosphere. What can I say? It's mostly carbon dioxide with just enough oxygen to make you wish you could breathe. That's why you've got your trusty oxygen generator, or as I call it, they don't die machine.
Reese taps a humming device attached to the habitat.
These machines use electrolysis to split water into oxygen and hydrogen. Sounds simple, right? But when you're working with limited resources, every drop of water matters. That's why we recycle everything, and I do mean everything. Your sweat, your breath, even your pee gets filtered and turned back into usable water. It's not glamorous, but it works. The oxygen generator itself has redundancy systems, but they're temperamental. Treat them like a grumpy cat. Feed them power, clean their filters, and pray they don't quit on you. Without one, you'll be gasping like a fish out of water in minutes. lettuce, spinach, maybe a tomato or two if you're lucky, but don't expect gourmet meals. Everything tastes like a mix of despair and protein powder. And those freeze-dried earth rations? Sure, they're a luxury, but they're also limited. Once they're gone, you're stuck with a living cuisine.
Reese grimaces, holding up a gray, unappetizing cake.
Algae. It's the backbone of Martian nutrition, and I hate it. It's cheap to grow, requires minimal water, and it's packed with protein. Sounds great on paper, right? Except it tastes like pond scum. One time, our hydroponics system failed, and we lived off algae paste for 3 months. By the end of it, I was dreaming about cheeseburgers and pizza so vividly that I'd wake up angry.
Reese sighs, setting the cube down with visible disdain.
The hydroponics system itself is a marvel of engineering. It recycles water, uses LED lighting to simulate sunlight, and operates in a closed-loop system to minimize waste. But it's also fragile. A single contamination event bacteria, mold, you name it, and you're facing weeks of downtime while you scrub and reset the entire system. That's why redundancy is key. We've got 3 separate hydroponics units, but even then, it's a gamble. Keep your plants alive. They're not just food, they're hope.
Ma's little surprises.
We thought Mars was just red rocks and dust. Think again. Mars has its quirks, not the fun kind. Subsurface ice ships can cause mini-quakes, Marsquakes, we call them. They're usually minor, just enough to rattle your teeth and make your coffee slop. But if you're near Olympus Mons, the biggest volcano in the solar system, you might feel something stronger. The mountain's been dormant for millions of years, but the ground beneath it, still active, still unpredictable.
Reese raises an eyebrow as the ground trembles slightly.
Mars is also full of oddities. Take the face on Mars, for example. It's just a rock formation. Shadows and angles can turn ordinary geology into something otherworldly. Then there's the whispers people claim to hear during dust storms. It's probably just the wind howling through wind. But out there, your mind can wander. Pro tip, don't investigate strange noises. The last thing you need is to fall into a crevasse chasing shadows.
Martian psychology stares.
Mars isn't just a physical challenge, it's a mental. Isolation, monotony, and the constant threat of death take a toll. Arguments break out over the dumbest thing. Did you clean your suit properly? Who left the solar array dusty? Spoiler, it's always the best.
Reese smirks and grows serious.
Mental health here is a balancing act. You need routines to keep your brain occupied. Build something. Write something. Hell, argue about conspiracy theories if you have to. Just don't let your mind spiral into the abyss. We've got a guy here, let's call him Dave, who talks to his oxygen tank like it's his best friend. He's not okay, but none of us really are. We just manage it differently.
Reese glances at a small, makeshift dartboard on the wall.
We've got little tricks to keep sane. Games, movies, music, anything to remind us of Earth. Some people keep journals, others tinker with machines. Me, I'm all about planning. Whether it's a mission, a repair, or just a meal, having a plan keeps my mind focused. And if you're ever feeling like the walls are closing in, find someone to talk to. Isolation is the real killer here, rookie. Don't let it win.
A final word.
So, there you have it. Surviving Mars isn't glamorous. It's hard, dirty, and will probably take years off your life. But hey, if you make it, you'll be part of history. And if you don't, well, at least you'll add some color to the red dirt.
Reese stands, brushing off his dusty suit, and flashes a sardonic grin.
Good luck. You're gonna need it. And who knows, maybe next time we'll talk about surviving Venus. Spoiler, you don't.
He heads toward a battered rover.
Take care out there, rookie. And remember, this isn't goodbye. It's just see you next time. Until then, keep breathing, keep building, and keep dreaming. Mars might be trying to kill us, but it hasn't won yet.
Reese starts the rover, the engine rumbling softly as the vehicle begins to move, muttering under his breath.
Seriously, who signs up for this stuff?